Hello and welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial we will discuss what is variables. So the variables, different variables in C# is, not variables, data types is used with variables. So the data types, various data types in C# is sbyte, byte, short, ushort, int, uint, long, ulong, char, float, double, decimal, and bool. So here I will be explaining what is int, long, char, float, double, and bool data types. So what is int? Int can hold about 32-bit signed integers. Signed integer in the sense a valid integer value, and the smallest possible value of an integer variable is 2,147,483,643, and the largest possible value is 2,147,483,647. So quite a large value. And so let's move on to the next, that's long, and it holds a 64-bit signed integer, and the smallest value is -92233772036854775 I know it's quite long, and the largest value is 92233772036854775 So decide what you want. An int can be a long can hold an integer value, but an int cannot hold a long value. And so next, that's char. Char can hold 16-bit Unicode characters like A, B, C, D. They can be held by char, and the smallest possible Unicode possible value of a character is of the value with Unicode char, a character whose value is 0, and the largest possible value is of the Unicode character with the value of 65,535. And the float holds a 32-bit signed floating point value, and here the smallest possible value is 1.5 times 10 to the power 445th power, and the largest approximately is 3.4 times 10 to the power 38. And the next is double, and it can hold a 64-bit signed floating point value, and the smallest possible value in it is 5 times 10 to the power 324th power, and the largest possible value is 1.7 times 10 to the power 308. And the next come is boolean, or we just say bool. Bool can hold one or two possible values. It can be either true or it can be either false, and it can be used to make something like tap situation of a tap, where one the true value can be tap is flowing, and the false value can be the tap is stopped, or it is not in motion. So let's do that by coding. And so first I will start with int, and int is declared by the keyword int and then a variable name, for example A. So I give, and let me assign a value of 0. So let's output with console dot write line, and then the value of variable I is, then we give a plus sign to concatenate this particular variable into this particular method or this function, and then I do run this by F5. This will exit in a moment, and so what I will do is console dot readline. Done. And so let's again run that. The value of variable a is 0. So in case I change that to -0, what will happen? It will remove the minus sign and say it is -15. The value of variable a is -15. Great. And say we'll make that as 600. Variable a is 600, correct? So in case what we will put that out of the main. So what will happen? Let's see. We got an error, and the error is an object reference is required for non-static field, method or properties, and then the file name. So let's put a static keyword, and so let's see if it works. Yeah, it works. So that was with the int part, and then we'll move on with the other characters, other data types also here itself. So the second is I will do is char, and char can hold only one variable. So it can be, so I declared say C A, and then I give is equal to sign, and then the single quotation marks to represent a character, and then G, and then with the console dot write line to display what is the value of that, and oops, the value of G C A is plus C A. Oh, Mr. Console dot readline. So the value of CA is G, and that's the same as it. And so let's see if it accepts 0. Yeah, 0A. No, it cannot. Too many characters in character literal. So a character can hold only one value, and it can also hold integer value also, but you cannot do any calculations there. So think about that. And so in case if you need to hold too many things, so you can do that by with the string keyword, but you will have to give it in double quotation marks. 5 is odd number, and then what the value of CA is 5 is an odd number. Oops, an odd number. So in that way the string, but string is not a primitive data type, it is a class. It is a class from this 4 namespaces it comes, but it is not a primitive data type. I'll soon cover up what is primitive and derived data types. Primitive and derived data types, correct? And the next thing is long. I'll give a keyword of LA, and see, let's say for L to indicate that's long, and then here LA, no errors, and it is 4. Now let's see what happens. Oh, it works. Okay, no problem. Good. And say in order to recognize what type of thing it is, so we used to put L there, and then the next data type is float, and float can hold, oops, wait a second, 4.56. what happens now? It cannot implicitly convert type double to long. Okay, are you missing a cast? Casting would be shown later. So then the next thing is float 4.6. what happens? Cannot convert double to long. Okay, so it considers that as long, but long doesn't allow that. I don't know why. And it has to be double. Cannot convert implicitly double to long. Oh, it works. Good. So float also, that should work. Okay, it doesn't. Literal of type double cannot be implicitly converted to float. Okay, so I need to put a suffix of f. Okay, so that's the way how we consider how we declare variable and use them. Okay, so and I have not discussed every data type possible. You can have a view of that in the description. So thank you for watching and have a nice day.